Hello everyone, this is Chrism, and I'd like to welcome you to another conversation about your Kundalini awakening experience. In this conversation, I'd like to discuss one of the hardest things to do with regards to the transformation of your life is to accept that transformation of your life, to accept the new changes that are coming forth and the new personality that may be coming forth and the disposal of our old behaviors, realities, and mannerisms. It's not easy. It can be extremely difficult because we're used to what we understood our reality to be. We're used to that. We're attached to that. It is who we feel that we are. And the Kundalini comes along and says, oh, no, no, no. You're much more than that. And so I would like to help you come into that understanding that you are indeed much more than your old mannerisms, your old self. Kundalini doesn't want to force this on you, but it will if you keep resisting it. At first, the resistance may result in some lessons that are designed for you to realize that, hey, this divine reality is a real thing. It's something that is going to be part of your permanent spiritual solution in this lifetime. Once Kundalini is up, it doesn't go back in the bottle. It's like the genie. You can't put the genie of the Kundalini back in the bottle. It won't let you. What you can do in order to mitigate some of these symptoms is to stop resisting. Accept the Kundalini and the changes that it brings. Don't resist. Resistance can really bring on a whole plethora of sometimes hurtful changes. Where you resist, it will force you. It will force you and force you and force you until it finally brings that ego that you are under some form of control by the Kundalini. The more you resist, the more it hurts. It doesn't need to be this way. You do not have to resist. You can have the Kundalini and you can have the vestiges of your old self to the degree that it doesn't get in the way of the Kundalini agenda within you. So know this, realize this. Get out of your own way. Get out of the divine Kundalini's way as it transforms your physical body. Resistance and clinging to the old ways of thinking and acting and expressing are no longer available to you. Yes, you can resist, but it can bring you pain. It can bring you a devaluation of your enjoyment of life. And with Kundalini, life can be so amazingly enjoyable. So if you are a person that likes to go out and socialize with people, which is fine, just a fine thing, goes into the bars or some of the other areas of social interaction that may not be okay. But you go there because you're used to it, because it's an attachment. It's a mannerism. It's a known behavior of yours. The Kundalini may correct you, and then you'll resist, and she'll correct you again, and then you'll resist. And each time the corrections will get harder and harder and harder. And sometimes that will translate into more pain, and more pain. So please be aware of this. I speak to you from a man who has gone there and done that. I've worked both sides of the Tao, both sides of the coin. I too was clinging to my old behaviors, no matter how damaging they were to me and to the people I loved around me, until I finally got the clue that if you resist, it persists. It will not give up on you. And it is more powerful than your ego mind and its expectations and attachments. It's far more powerful than you, than this ego person that you are. And I'm not saying this in a way of giving you judgment about being egotistical or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your willfulness with regards to being the same person that you have been before the Kundalini comes into expression within you. That's what I'm talking about. The ego within you wanting to control the life. It doesn't get to do that anymore. Kundalini will control your life. You will get to have some control, to be sure, but only within the lack of resistance with the Kundalini. Just like a teenager doesn't get to resist puberty, a baby doesn't get to resist being born. It's going to get born. Okay. Now, some of you may think, well, if I can't have it my way, then I'm not interested. And if it keeps hurting me, well, I'm just going to commit suicide. Well, that's not going to help you, because you'll make that transition. You'll make that transition into the next realm, and you'll still have a body. You'll still have Kundalini, and you'll still have to work it through. When I say you'll still have a body, you'll have a body that feels like your physical body, except it's lighter. But you don't get to run away from this. Death does not allow you to run away from this. Kundalini is one of the few things that you get to take with you in your death. And if this has become a real issue with you, then don't think of suicide as an answer. Drugs and alcohol are no longer an answer. The answer is to surrender the control of your life to the Kundalini. That is the answer. Go for that answer, my friend. Don't waste your time and cause yourself pain by resisting the manifestations, the phenomena, and the transformation of the Kundalini upon you and within you. Thanks for watching.